Hi everyone, let's make a ladybug bow. I'm starting off with 2.5-inch ribbon. Here I'm measuring out the tails. I'm going to make them 9 inches long. An important step here is to pull your ribbon out and let it touch the floor. It'll be long enough so you can work with it. With this first ribbon, I'm making 6.5-inch loops. And I'm going to make 3 of them on each side. This ladybug ribbon here is 2.5 inches, and I'm going to make the loops at 5.5 inches long. Now I'll be making 2 loops on each side. So what I'm doing now is going to start pinching the ribbon, and then I'm going to twist it to add it to the bow maker. When you have a good tip twist, it will keep your bow in shape. Now I'm using a 1.5-inch ribbon. I'm measuring out the ribbon for a longer tail so I can make my curls. I enjoy making curls with the 1.5-inch ribbon tails. I will be showing how to make the curls a little bit with this 1.5-inch ribbon. I made 2 loops on each side at 4.5 inches. Oh, look at this ribbon. I love this rickrack ribbon. I had to use it in this bow. I'm going to measure out the ribbon tail a little bit longer also. I usually make them at 16 inches, and this is only with the 1.5 ribbon tail so I can make the curls. This rickrack ribbon, I'm measuring it out at 3.5 inches loops. So on each side, it'll be 3.5-inch loops. And I'm making 2 of them also. With the first ribbon at 2.5, I made 3 loops. The second one, I made 2 loops, and that one also was 2.5. Then I went to the 1.5 ribbon, and that was 2 loops. And this rickrack ribbon is 2 loops at 3.5 inches. So it just went down. The tails on this ribbon, it's 1.5. I made the tails 10 inches long. The curls are not gonna be that long. And I will be showing how to make those curls in a bit. This last 1.5 ribbon, I made the loops at 2.5 inches long. And I only made 1 loop on each side. I added 1 loop in the middle for 1/2 inch. We're adding a zip tie to the bow to close it up. I like using zip ties. It helps keep the bow together, and you know it's not gonna fall apart. But you can use whatever you want. You can also use pipe cleaners, wire. You wanna make sure you have the zip tie in the middle of the bows. So that's why I turned the bow maker so you can see where the middle is. When you're closing the zip tie, you don't want to close it too tight because you still need to add a wire to the back. A wire or a pipe cleaner, whatever is best for you. Okay, here we're going to add the wire to the bow. Once you add the wire, make sure you don't close up the zip tie too tight because you still need to work with the loops. Once you have your zip tie and your wire on, you can close it off a little bit more, but still leave it loose so that you can work with the zip tie. Here I'm fixing the ribbon tails down the middle, and you want to keep them out of your way when you're fixing the loops, so that way you can see where you're going to be placing each loop. Okay, now we're to the point where we're going to make the curls on the 1.5 ribbons like I had mentioned before. You want to make sure you move all the other ribbons out of the way so you can work with that 1 ribbon. the 1.5. I like to trim the ends and fold them in 2 or 3 times. No ducktails at the end for these, for me. You can add ducktails if you want. So what I like doing is wrapping it around my finger and just turning it all the way up to the top till it meets the bowl. I like using my finger because you can feel how tight the curl is. These first 1.5 inch tails are 16 inches long. They don't have to be 6 inches long. That's how long I like them to make my curls. But you can do 10 inches, 5 inches, but the 16 for me works best. Now what I like to do with the loops is separate them and pull them apart. Make sure the zip tie is closed tightly so that way you're able to pull on the loops on each side. To open the loops, I use my pointer finger and my middle finger, and I just separate them. Don't be afraid to pull on the loops. And you'll just move them around to put them where you like. Here's your gorgeous bowl. The curls are leveled off, as you notice, at different levels so you can see each one. Hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to follow and pin. And if you have any questions, let me know.